Hello friends, my name is Gia and welcome to this video. This video is going to be all about self-love and how we can cultivate more self-love into our daily lives and how we can make self-love a ritual in our life to cultivate more unconditional love for ourselves so then we can share that love with those around us. So if you're interested in learning some self-love tips and some things that personally have helped me on my own personal journey, keep watching this video. So self-love is a broad term. When we think of self-love, we may think of material things like loving ourselves for how we look and loving ourselves for what we have and loving ourselves for the validation we get from others. But that is not true self-love. That is not real. What's real is in the inside. What's real is in the soul. So when we really want to cultivate true self-love, we have to go deep inward in order to rework our relationship with our own self-love and our own self-worth. We essentially need to fill up our own cup before we can fill up others. So in order to love others fully and unconditionally, we need to love ourselves. So everyone has work to do when it comes to self-love because of how we were raised, because of the things we went through growing up, the traumas that we've experienced through societal conditioning, the things we were exposed to on a daily basis in our lives, and how we were told how to love, how we were told to love ourselves. We need to rework these things within our minds so that we can cultivate true self-love inward and let that love shine outward. So the practice of self-love is something that is consistent. We need to practice self-love on a consistent basis in order to see results. True love can take years, okay? It can take a very long time to cultivate true self-love. But every single day that we wake up and we change how we're thinking about ourselves, we change our habits, we change the unhealthy patterns that we are experiencing and the emotions that we're going through, that is helping to cultivate more self-love and more inner awareness. So here's some tips for you that I have done on my own personal journey to cultivate more self-love. And just like you, I'm still on my journey to self-love, and I'm always experimenting with different things that I can do to really cultivate more self-love and just to feed my soul more and feel like my soul is nourished and that I'm content in my life. And when I feel that inner contentment, I know that something is right and that I should repeat this thing. But if it's like an instant gratification that I'm getting and then it kind of fizzles down and I feel even worse than when I started, I realized that that's not actually self-love. That's just like a coping mechanism that I have developed over my life, and that's not actually what's bringing me inner fulfillment. So I'm going to share some things that I genuinely think bring me inner fulfillment and inner love. And I always feel like I'm so full of love and so abundant after I do these practices, and that I can share that love with others. So I'm going to share a few things with you, so keep watching this if you'd like to know. So the first thing I would like to talk about is journaling. Okay, you've probably heard a lot about journaling because a lot of people say for mental health, journaling is amazing. And it is, honestly, and it's really amazing to really put your thoughts on a pen and a paper. And for some people, this can be kind of triggering because growing up, especially in school, we develop this weird relationship with writing on paper and studying, and this weird feeling of, oh, maybe I'm not doing it right, or maybe I'm not spelling it right, or maybe it doesn't make sense. And that's just our inner child being like, I don't want to do my work, I don't want to do my schoolwork, you know? It's like this kind of thing that we feel resistant to do. because of before when we had to go to school. But I promise journaling is so healing and so therapeutic, and there's so many different ways you can journal. No one is telling you what is right and what is wrong. Nothing is right or wrong. So when you're journaling, it doesn't matter the way that you are speaking, or if you're spelling things right, or if it's even making sense. Journaling is a tool essentially for you to express yourself through writing and express yourself onto paper in order to put your thoughts in a tangible form, so then you can look at your thoughts. So usually when I wake up in the morning after my night's sleep, I will journal just like how I'm feeling that morning. If anything is coming up for me, if I had some kind of weird dream I wanted to journal about, or maybe I have a creative idea I want to journal about. A lot of innovators have gotten crazy, amazing, innovative dreams, or innovative ideas within their dreams. So you could be receiving downloads in your dreams. So it's great to journal your dreams. There may be some gems within your dreams that you need to put on paper and to remember later. It's just like a way of meditation. So essentially journaling is one of my ways of meditating, because I'm just writing how my brain and how my thoughts are operating that day. So then when I look at the paper afterwards and I see what I've written down, I can really understand how I need to go about my day now. If my thoughts are kind of jumbled and maybe I have a bit of anxiety, or they're a bit frazzled, and I'm just like writing everything down, and maybe some days I feel uninspired to write and I'm only writing a few words down and I'm kind of confused about what I want to write next. Maybe those days I need to take it easy. Maybe those days I need to do some kind of meditation practice or spiritual practice, and I need to rest. Maybe that is what my mind needs. So it's really good to understand yourself and understand how your subconscious mind is working. So if I'm writing inspired thoughts, inspired ideas, if I am writing things that are motivating me, creative ideas, then it's a day to create. It's a day to be inspired. Maybe go out into the world and do something fun and spontaneous, or create, or paint, or write more poetry, or share with others. So that's just kind of an example. Like, there's so many different ways that you can feel every single day, and it's a way to kind of see how you're feeling that day, so then you can design your day in a way that fits your mood and fits your day. And if you're kind of low that day, you can do things to up your mood. Like, you can go out into nature and ground yourself into the earth, put your feet in the earth. You can lie in the sun, really soak in the sun codes and the vitamin D, activate the third eye, and just like gain more energy if you're feeling kind of tired. Journaling is a great way to practice self-love. It's one of my favorite ways, and since I've been doing it on a consistent basis, I've been able to identify certain patterns that I have emotionally, and also certain triggers that I have subconsciously, because obviously we're not conscious of all the triggers that we have. So when we identify these triggers, or identify what we need to heal, or certain patterns that we have, then we can be conscious of them and we can rework them within our mind. And I believe that that is healing and that is true self-love. So that is definitely something I recommend for everyone. No judgment, just write. A pen and a paper, put your ideas down, put your thoughts down. Okay, moving on to my next point. This one is my favorite because I'm pretty introverted, and I'm introverted in a way of I'm just super empathic and I need a lot of time to recharge my batteries. So I thoroughly enjoy being around people, especially those I really love and I really care about. And I love exchanging ideas and thoughts and my creative ideas and just everything. And I'm really conflicted sometimes with this one, but it is taking time to yourself and setting boundaries. And this is super important because it's hard for extroverts to do this. And it's something that is healthy for everyone. It is something that is healthy because you can really have time to yourself to be in your own energy, to move in your own energy, to breathe in your own energy, and to feel your own energy. When you are alone, that is when you can really look inward and see how you're feeling. If you're clouded by others' judgments or others' thoughts or others' opinions constantly, you can't really think for yourself. And especially for mutable energies and empaths, this can be hard for us because we take on that energy very easily without really wanting to, without it being like consensual. And it's not a bad thing, but that's just how empaths are. So taking time to yourself, okay? Sorry to all the extroverts out there, but it's super important to do this. And this time by yourself is something that's super useful for you to get to know yourself. Because sometimes we can always want to be around people, always want to be stimulated by others, but then when we're by ourselves, we don't feel okay. We don't feel like we want to be alone, and that's unhealthy. That's something that we need to work on. If we're not okay with being alone, then there's a blockage there and there's something we need to work through. So it's good to take some time to yourself. It doesn't mean that you need to spend a week alone or you can't see friends or anything like that. It just means setting boundaries and enjoying your relationship with yourself and truly enjoying the friendship that you have with yourself. That's how you can build trust with yourself. So this can just mean that you take a healthy break from some of your friends. Even if you spend all day with your best friend and you love them and they're like your soulmate and it's just so fun, but you're feeling kind of tired and you're feeling kind of like irritated and you're like, why do I feel this way? You probably just need some time alone. This could be 5 minutes, this could be an hour, and this could be the rest of your night. So setting healthy boundaries is super important. You can be like, you know what, I'm feeling kind of tired. I think I just want to like go home and do some spiritual practices or watch a movie or make myself dinner and just kind of chill in my own energy. And it's obviously a red flag if the people around you don't really want to give you that time alone or are uncomfortable with the fact that you want to spend time alone, because those people don't need to be in your life or they don't need to be around you. So eliminate those people. But most of the people that are really close to you and that love you will understand that, and you actually start to hold the space for them to understand that they may need time alone as well. And for some people that can be very hard. So with you giving yourself time alone, you're teaching others that it's okay for them to set boundaries as well. And it's okay if they want to set boundaries with you. And this is something that helps you both to activate that solar plexus, activate the setting boundaries, and can be super healing. And this is true self-love. Okay, so my next tip is exercising and eating healthy. So this can look like many different things. It is not just one thing. This is not about diets. This is not about not eating sugar or not eating this one thing or restrictions, okay? This is not about any of that. This is about doing what works for you in your body. And this is about listening to your body and what it needs, okay? This is your vessel. You need a good relationship with your vessel in order to feel your best. Because when you feel your best physically, then it means you're feeling your best mentally and you can go about your life living your best life. You need to feel good in your vessel, okay? So take care of your vessel. Eat whole foods, okay? Try a vegan diet, try a vegetarian diet. Meat weighs us down. It makes us feel heavy and like not have energy. If you do eat meat, eat little bits of it now and then. Like try not to eat a lot of it. Eliminate things that are just like junk food, right? Eliminate junk food or just eat it in moderation, because if we're constantly feeding our body with junk, we're gonna start to feel like junk. Like if you're spending $2 on a bag of chips and that's what you're eating for dinner or lunch, then you're basically telling yourself that your body's worth $2. you know? Spend time making your food, or spend time nourishing your body, whether you're making your food or you're buying food out. Make sure it's healthy. Make sure that it has all the food groups in it. It's going to nourish your body. It's going to make you feel good. Really pay attention to how you feel internally after you eat certain foods, so you can listen to what your body needs. Also, drink a lot of water, high quality water, and this will help to raise your vibration and make you just feel amazing. It will also let the emotional body flow, because our body is mostly water, so we need a lot of H2O in order to feel healthy and in order to let the energy flow within our body. So drink a lot of water and try to drink really good quality water whenever you can. Exercise is a huge thing, because this also gets the heat in our body, okay? It gets our blood pumping, it gets our breath pumping, and our lungs moving and expanding, and this is super healing because it brings heat into the body, activates the solar plexus, and when we have that energy in the body, then we can start to feel like we are inspired, we are motivated. Working out actually gives us more energy, so it's super important to get a little sweat on, go for a run, dance. Dance is amazing to express your sensuality, feels really good. You can just dance freely. That's like my favorite thing to do. Just like dancing, moving your hips, like you don't need to do anything correctly. It's just all what your body feels in the moment. So dancing is amazing, and also doing yoga. Yoga is so great, and it really releases stagnant energy and stagnant emotions within the body. So I highly recommend you to do yoga. It doesn't have to be a crazy intense flow. You can just do a gentle flow, and I promise you're gonna feel so much better. And the more consistently you do exercise, whether it's going to the gym and lifting weights or just dancing for half an hour in the morning, your mind is going to remember how good you felt after that, and you're going to want to do it more. Your body's going to crave it more, and you're going to realize how much happiness it brings you, releasing serotonin in the brain, right? So it really does raise the body's vibration to get a sweat on and work out. So eating healthy and exercising are things that, when I feel like I'm depleted or I feel like I'm just like feeling not good, just low vibrational, I work out and I always feel better. So my last point I'm going to make, which is kind of like 2 points, but positive self-talk and forgiveness. So these two are so big, and you probably heard like saying positive affirmations is super healing. Like you should say positive affirmations, and that's gonna be your self-love, and then you're gonna feel amazing about yourself, and that's it. And this is true. I'm not saying it's not true, but it goes deeper than just doing that. You need to do this on a consistent basis, and you need to believe this, okay? So you need to go deeper than just saying positive affirmations, but to notice when your mind is spiraling into a negative thought pattern. You need to be conscious of when your mind is telling you you're not good enough, or you're not worthy enough, or you can't do that. Your mind can control you. So you need to remember to control your mind. Okay, so being conscious of the thoughts that are going through your head. Affirmations are good because they reprogram your subconscious mind. So when you rewire the subconscious mind, you reprogram it, it can be super healing. So listening to positive affirmations can be amazing, but also consciously making an effort to reprogram your thoughts. If someone is irritating you and you're just really irritated and you don't know what to do, you're just like, I'm just gonna like snap at this person, take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. You can even try to put yourself in their shoes. Start to have compassion for that person, okay? Even though I know it's hard, start to have compassion for them and really feel like maybe how they're feeling, and don't react. You know, and that is going to feel so amazing inside. And for yourself, right? Like when you're looking in the mirror and like you're thinking like, oh my God, I'm getting a wrinkle, or like, oh my God, like whatever, there's something on my face here, or like my lips are so big, or like my has like a bump or something, whatever, you know, like the insecure thoughts that sometimes people are not even conscious that they have. You can be like, wow, like my mom is so beautiful and I have her nose. I'm so blessed, you know? Or like, my heritage is so beautiful and I have these lips. I'm so blessed. You know, like you can rewire that. And it's hard because we've been conditioned by the way that we look, right? So I'm just talking about our physical body. And we all know that like we are constantly exposed to media and television and so many things that are like just influencing us so much to be like, you have to look this one certain way and that is what's acceptable. And obviously that is not true. But subconsciously that can stay with us, right? And that's why people get plastic surgery and Botox and all these things. But you can really be so grateful for how you look, okay? Because no one looks how you look, and you are uniquely beautiful, and you have so much to offer through the way that you uniquely look. You are original, you are one of a kind, and society doesn't get to determine if you are worthy or not. You determine that. And also the thoughts inside your head. So if you are doing some kind of homework or you're editing a video or whatever it may be, and you're like, oh, like I'm so dumb, I made this mistake, rework that. Be like, oh my gosh, like oops, I made this mistake, like that's so funny, wow, and like make a joke out of it. Or like, you know, you can just be like, oh wow, okay, now I learned that I shouldn't do that. I'm so grateful I just learned that. Just reworking those like little thought patterns that like can really consume your mind and make you live in this place of like self-hatred, because like you don't even consciously understand that it's actually doing that. So reprogramming your thoughts, this is very important. And it does help to journal affirmations. You can journal down like, I am beautiful, I love this and this and this about me. And this could be something you're really insecure about. You can be like, I accept this about me. I accept, you know, that I look this way. I accept this. And if it's something you want to change in a healthy way, you can be like, I'm making a change today to change my thoughts, to make them positive and to make them more uplifting. So that could be your affirmation for the day. Today, I'm only going to have uplifting thoughts about myself and others. And you're going to consciously say that mantra in your head whenever you feel like you're going down that spiral of negativity, whether it's about someone else that you're judging or if you're judging yourself. Say the mantra, I'm only having uplifting thoughts about myself and others today. Just say it, keep saying it, and honestly, that will really help. I personally have had to do that so much, especially when I first was on my healing journey, because I was going through a lot of just tearing myself down about everything about me, and I would really project my hatred onto others sometimes too. So it's super important to understand these patterns and these traits that we have. Be your own cheerleader, okay? Celebrate your wins. Celebrate when you take that time to practice that self-love. Be like, oh my gosh, like I did that and I feel amazing and I'm so proud of myself for doing that, okay? So doing all of these different things, cheer yourself on and tell yourself that you're proud of yourself, because maybe no one else is going to tell you that. So tell yourself that. And just so you know, it's okay to feel bad. It's okay to have off days. It's okay to not feel amazing all the time. You're never going to feel 100% all the time. So if you are feeling down one day, rest. Take time to yourself. Do things that you feel like you need to do. Just don't go into that place of self-hatred, and be conscious of how you're thinking. As long as you can always get up and see the sun and see a new day, that's what matters. But just know that acceptance is how you are going to truly heal yourself and cultivate more self-love. So forgiveness, okay? Forgiveness is the hardest thing to do, is to truly forgive ourselves and to truly forgive others, especially those that have really done us wrong and those that have hurt us in a lot of ways. So we free ourselves when we forgive others for the wrong they've done to us. We truly free ourselves. We don't know what that person is going through. And that's from that's from a place of like an evolved soul, right? Because I don't always operate from like, oh, I'm so compassionate for you and I love you and you're amazing. Like, no, that's that's so hard to do, especially if someone is blatantly being so disrespectful to you or has hurt you in so many ways, right? But this is true maturity and wisdom, okay? That is what forgiveness is. So you don't have to tell that person, I forgive you. You can, but you can just even write down a letter to them being like, dear blah blah, I forgive you for doing this and this and this and this, and I know that, you know, you're going through your own shit and I forgive you for it, and now I'm freeing the situation and it does not define me and it does not hurt me anymore. Yeah, that's it. And then you can burn the letter and you can wish it out into the universe, and that is a form of forgiveness. And also just reworking the thoughts in your head. So when you're thinking of the situation, which it's trauma, right? It's healing our trauma, because we can get, when we are in anxiety or when we're in a dark place, we go down these rabbit holes of, oh wait, I've felt like this before. Oh, like this happened to me when I was 8 years old. Oh, like now I'm feeling this, and now I feel like my 8-year-old self going through this trauma because that's when I was feeling this before, you know? It's like your inner child isn't healed. So instead of like keep going down that rabbit hole of like, oh my God, like I felt this before, this hurts, this is painful, send forgiveness to the situation. Be like, you know what? That does not define me anymore. I am a new person. I am completely renewed. I am completely sovereign. I am not defined by those things that happened to me. Those things do not define me. I am liberated. I'm here. And you know what? I went through that. It was hurtful. It hurt me. But it does not hurt me anymore. I am here now. And I'm stronger than ever. So reworking those thoughts in your head and those traumas that you've experienced, this is a way that you can heal. This is a way that you can forgive. And I know it can be hard, and I know that it's going to take time. Doing these things consistently is going to feel so liberating, I promise you. Because when I first started learning about all this stuff, I was like, okay, this is cool, you know, I'm gonna try it. And then when I started trying it, I'm like, this isn't fun. This is kind of traumatic. This is kind of triggering, you know? Like, I don't want to forgive. I just want to forget, right? All of us, we just want to forget anything that's happened. And forgiveness is true self-love. So if you want to give that love back to yourself, you need to forgive. So thank you so much for watching this video on some things that I like to do to practice my own self-love on a daily basis. These things can be practiced every single day, because every single day we are healing and every single day we are living and experiencing. So take some time to nurture yourself before you nurture others, and just know that you are worthy. You are so worthy of love. And I love you, and please comment down below some of your favorite self-love rituals. I would love to know what you think of this video, or if you'd like to share anything. Thank you so much for watching this, and please like and subscribe to my YouTube And if there's anything you would like me to talk about next, please let me know. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.